Welcome to kind of a weird movie review thing. I will be ranking the movies I saw in 2025. Well, movies that came out 2025. I've seen one of these films I've seen after or this year. I mean, but it did come out last year, so I do count it either way. Actually, two of these films are things that I saw this year, but I still count them. Um, but this is gonna be a strange one to do because I've just written down the movies and what order they are in. This is all unscripted. Outside of the I literally just have the list right in front of me of like what order to say them, and that's it. That's all I have for script. So fuck it. Let's get fucking right into it with number 20, which is War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. This movie I have very little to say about because the whole fucking thing is just Ice Cube reacting to YouTube videos for an hour and a half, and it was painfully boring. I sat through the whole thing. I barely remember it because it was, again, just Ice Cube looking at TikTok. At number 19, we have a controversial take, but K-pop Demon Hunters. I laughed twice at this movie. Twice. One of them wasn't even a joke. This movie was super unfunny to me. The music was from pretty okay to just bad. I liked the animation, but outside of that, the movie was just too generic and boring. But with that being said, number 18 is The Monkey. First of all, I am a huge Stephen King fan, so finding out that this was basically Final Destination based on a Stephen King book was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. But it was just, it was very much nothing. Like, there was really nothing like to that movie. Outside the fact that it was Final Destination made by Stephen King, but like neither part of those were like showing really. Anyway, number 17 will be Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. The only reason why this one is higher is because I really liked the first one, and I don't know, fucking Red Hood gets to shine like a lot, which he barely gets to do in movies. So that's basically the only reason why it gets a higher rating than the others. I will say the plot is awful. I hated what they did with the whole like timeline shift or whatever. It was just bad, but at least the animation was pretty fun. Now we're actually going into films that I actually kind of liked. Like, these are films that I will see myself rewatching. With number 16, Captain America: Brave New World. I'm not gonna lie, I was really surprised when I watched it. I actually really loved. I loved what they were doing with that. That, like, Marvel has been garbage the last, like, since Infinity War. And I don't know, this one just took me by surprise. I really like Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. A lot of people had problems with it. I didn't. I think it was a really fun new experience with the Captain America movies, because so far there's only been one good Captain America movie, which is Winter Soldier. So this one was just really fun. I really enjoyed it. But with that, we go into number 15, which is a Minecraft movie. This one, I don't know what to say about this one that hasn't been said. It's just dumb fun. Like people were hating on it because it wasn't like a good movie, but the thing is, it's not supposed to be a good movie. It's a fucking Minecraft movie. Literally everyone in the entire fucking movie fucking screening was just talking over it, and everyone was okay with it because it's the Minecraft movie. We didn't give a shit. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever, and it was a lot of fun. I think that is one of my favorite theater experiences. With number 14, keeping up with the Marvel movies that surprised me, we got Thunderbolts. I will say, like, it was a surprise when it comes to how, like, I just loved it. It was like, it was so much better than I expected, and I think if you haven't seen it, watch it. Doesn't matter if you've caught up on Marvel because they don't really have anything in connection. I really fucking loved it. The only real like connection is Bucky, Winter Soldier, and that's it. But anyway, number 13 is Apple TV's The Gorge. I saw the trailer for this one a while ago, and I was like, this looks fun. This looks pretty good. I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be like, but after me andUstard watched it, we were like, this is actually a good movie. Really good jump scares in there. I'm very much like, I don't like jump scares, but this one had good jump scares. The whole vibe of the movie, with like the first half being like this tower defense thing, and the second half being mostly just Silent Hill. It was a really fun movie that I will see myself watching many times in the future. Number 12 is another really hot take, but Jurassic World Rebirth. I had very low expectations going into it, but I fucking loved it. The fucking new dinosaur that they introduced, I wish they would have had more of it. But outside of that, it just felt like, it kind of felt like Jurassic Park 3, which is my favorite one in the franchise, and I don't think that's gonna ever change. And after the disappointment of the third Jurassic World movie, I forgot what it was called, I really was hoping that this would be at least a little better. Anyway, coming up at number 11, we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This was another one that I saw. I saw this one opening night, actually, with Richie, Love, and Astrid. I think it was a great movie. The main problem I had with the first one was the whole like thing that you kind of have to know the lore going in, and it kind of just ruins it really for anyone, like both fans and like I know basically the entire lore, but in this case, you don't have to, and to enjoy it. And I had an absolute blast with so many of the moments in the film that were like inspired by the books. Apparently, Astrid knows the books. I just know the games, but I had a blast with it. But yeah, at number 10 we got Novocaine. And I heard the premise for this one, I was like, yes. This sounds like the movie Guns Akimbo with Daniel Radcliffe. And like, there's no way they can fuck this up. And they exceeded my expectations. I wish they would have played a little bit more with the fact that Novocaine doesn't feel anything. The things that they do to him is insane and a lot of fun. But outside of that, it was a really fun movie that I will definitely rewatch multiple times. Coming up at number 9 is Predator: Killer of Killers, the animated movie. Not gonna lie, it was a fucking fun time. Not the best Predator thing, I will say. The movie is condensed of 4 stories. It's an anthology movie of these people across time. They fight the Predator, they win, and then they have to go into this tournament. It's a fun movie. There's not much to say outside the animation was amazing. Story was pretty decent. And yeah, that's... Yeah. I don't know where to go from that, except for going to number 8, which is The Naked Gun, the remake with Liam Neeson. This one was a big surprise for me, because when I heard... Because I'm a huge Naked Gun fan. I think the old films are fucking comedy gold. Leslie Nielsen is one of the biggest goats of comedy ever. But when I heard that Liam Neeson would be playing him in his son in a remake, and I was like, Liam Neeson is a serious actor. Like, I don't think I've seen him in anything that is a comedy related outside of this movie. So I was very skeptical. I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know, it just feels off. But when it comes to the movie itself, it was such a blast. I think the cameos were a little hit or miss. Like, I didn't really need to have Weird Al Yankovic or what the fuck is his name? Dave Bautista show up. Hold on. Okay, the camera is weird. I just don't know how to fix it. But yeah. Anyway, it was fun, and in number 7 we got Final Destination: Bloodlines. I love the Final Destination films, but I've always kind of like it's one of those franchises you watch for the kills, nothing else really. Characters are forgettable, story is forgettable, the kills are the only thing that people remember. This one got me fucking teary-eyed. I fucking love the fact that this movie was more to remember the plot. That amazing fucking scene where Tony Todd walks out of that door, which was basically his goodbye to the fans and stuff like that, since we did lose him, I think a little bit before the movie came out, which was such a fucking bummer. He's an absolute legend. I always think of him when I always think of Candyman as his best role. He absolutely rules, and I hope his legacy stays the same throughout time. Like, I hope they never make another Candyman film, because there is no Candyman without Tony Todd. But we go back to fucking Bloodlines. The movie was so fucking fun. Like, it had a fun plot. They did something different for the first time since the first film. And like, the kills were obviously really fucking good, like all the other Final Destination films. The kills were just as goofy as they were in 4 and 5, but they also were kind of serious, like in the first 3 films, and I really enjoyed it. It was definitely the best one in the franchise. But at number 6, we got the movie Presence. This is one of the movies that I mentioned that I saw this year. I actually didn't hear about it until recently. I was watching another one of these types of videos where it was ranking the films that a person saw last year. But This movie was really fucking good, really interesting. So, obviously, I'm gonna continue doing this like this, where I don't really give any like plot details or anything. But um, this movie was one of those films that I like to call never been seen before, because this shit has never been done before. It's I would put this like in the same category as like Blair Witch, because found footage wasn't a thing. Fucking Hardcore Henry, first person film, has never been done. And this one was one of those where it's like you've never seen this before, because the whole film is filmed in the perspective of the entity that is in this house. And it just, I don't know, it just worked so fucking well. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't recommend it more. Like, it is an indie film, so obviously, like, that's why I'm recommending this more than any of the other ones. But, like, again, just go watch it. It's an amazing movie. But at number 5, we got Superman, which was such a fun movie. Like, it's the first time I actually like Superman in live action, because I've always been a huge Superman fan. Also, the fact, like, there's two things that really were going with this movie was A, Superman isn't a fucking serial killer. He is just a regular guy who has superpowers. That's all I needed. They also said it was inspired by All-Star Superman, which is my favorite comic book of all goddamn time. It is the only comic book that has got me crying before. And that page breaks me down every time I read it. So, me hearing that it would be inspired by All-Star Superman, it just made me so much more excited. I cried like a fucking bitch in the theaters, because just, first of all, the movie was too good, and also it was emotional as fuck. Anyway, talking about emotional stuff, we got Weapons. This movie beats Superman for one small reason. Astrid, my beautiful, beautiful partner, told me why the movie was made. And apparently, the director who made Barbarian and Tusk, he lost, I think it was his son, in a school shooting, which is what inspired this movie as like a goodbye note to his child. And the fact that this one doesn't have that like comedy that fucking Tusk and Barbarian had, which ruined a lot for those movies. It was a scary fucking movie. Like, legitimately, some of the shit that happened in that movie was haunting. Fucking, the ending was a little goofy, I will say. I'm not gonna say what happens in that scene, but it was a little goofy. Anyway, it was either way a phenomenal movie. It was actually a horror movie that got me a little like creeped out, which doesn't happen that often. Anyway, at number 3 we have another one that I saw this year, but came out last year, is Sinners. When I heard the premise of this movie, like vampires like that are like eating musicians, like I just love vampire stuff, okay? And I heard that this one was gonna be very like, they're gonna follow all the rules of like Bram Stoker's Dracula vampires, and it was such a fucking blast. First like half of the movie is very slow paced and really well done with introducing characters, the stakes, and everything. Stakes. Um, but outside of that, it kind of was the same kind of pacing as Dusk Till Dawn, but this one doesn't go into being the goofiest shit ever. It goes from being like a really interesting story of these brothers who are starting like a bar and like inviting their friends, and then the second half is the vampire stuff, and it is such a masterpiece. Talking about masterpieces that are well made, Chainsaw Man, the movie, Rezark. Fucking, I've watched this movie twice now. I read the manga before it came out. It still fucking breaks me. I fucking get so emotional over that movie. But enough about that. So, first of all, story amazing. The first season of the show is one of my favorite animes of all time. I love the story, I love the animation, and in this one, they fucking kicked up both of those to fucking, to infinity. The last three battles in the movie are fucking visual drugs, because it's like, you just feel everything that's happening with, like, it's so fucking gorgeous. I highly recommend it. It is definitely the best animated film of last year, and I don't think it's gonna be topped if I see anything new from last year. But in number one, this one was really difficult for me to watch because it is a really real, like, if like watching this movie. Number one, The Long Walk. Watching this movie with the mindset of today, it really was something else because of like stuff. I remember someone who reviewed this movie explained it with this one line in the movie. And a thing that happened last year as well. It's after like one of the earlier kills. One of the main characters says like, "God, I hope that gets easier with time." And the other character that is there, he says, "That's exactly what I'm afraid of." And like that movie reviewer talked about, which he was like, I don't like getting political, but this has to be kind of mentioned with this. With the video of Charlie Kirk. The fact that video has so many views and so many people are just used to that type of stuff. Like, that movie gets the number one spot for being too fucking real. I will probably not be rewatching it as much as I will most of the other ones. But it definitely deserves the top spot for just being one of the most real fucking movies that I've seen in a while. It really has the same vibes as the Joker movie, with how this fictional world is basically all the things that we live in, the world we live in, and it's difficult to watch because of that. When I heard they were making a movie which would be like 90 minutes of people walking, I was like, how are they gonna do that? But then I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, this could actually be really good. Mark Hamill, he was amazing in this movie. All the other actors are just as good. The fucking cinematography with like The kills are so much better than I was expecting from any movie, really. For those who have seen the movie, they can tell what I mean with the cinematography of the kills, which is a big part of why this movie was just so fucking good. But yeah, that's my ranking of the 20 movies that I saw this or last year. Obviously, I haven't seen every movie from last year, but these are the films that I've seen, and yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I kind of thought of it like 2 nights ago. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, link in the description below, and yeah, have a good one.